Up all the details that are coming in the Sheena Bora murder mystery. Indrani Mukerjea's counsel has approached the Mumbai Police Commissioner Rakesh Maria over allegations that his officials are resorting to physical methods to forcibly extract a confession out of Indrani. Indrani's counsel was allowed to meet her client late on Saturday night, and she says that Indrani's face was bruised and swollen. Indrani's counsel alleges that the Mumbai police is roughing her up in custody. Indrani Mukerjea's counsel has verbally complained that they are not being given access to their client as per law. This is against the law, which allows an accused the right to consult privately with a counsel without a policeman being within an earshot. Joining me is Managing Editor Rahul Kawal from the newsroom. Rahul, it's any moment now that the police will present all the three main accused, including Indrani Mukerjea, in that Mumbai court to seek extension of their custody. Perhaps it will prove if her counsels are right as far as their allegations goes or not.
Smita, what we've learned by speaking to the legal team of Indrani Mukerjea is that they believe that the Mumbai police is being very unfair, that for the first 4 days access was not granted to Indrani Mukerjea at all, and when access was finally granted, a call came at 11 PM on Saturday night asking the counsel to rush in if they wanted to meet with Indrani. That's at 11 PM on a Saturday night, and at that time too there were apparently 5 policemen in the room when Indrani was meeting a counsel. Now the law of the land says that Indrani should be allowed to meet with a counsel all by herself to be able to formulate a legal strategy. There should be no policeman in the vicinity at that time so they can have a frank conversation. But apparently, from what the legal team is telling us, there were policemen right around them when this conversation was happening, which they believe is not correct. And more importantly, one of the lawyers who is part of the process of advising Indrani and Peter Mukerjea tells India Today that Indrani was roughed up, that her face was bruised and swollen, that they had to call up Rakesh Maria and tell him that this is not fair and that you're being very unfair to our client. They say that an attempt is being made by the Mumbai police to forcibly take an extraction, to extract a confession. That attempt, they believe, is being made, and they're very upset about that.
But Rahul, as far as this allegation that there was no privacy that is being granted to them as while dealing with their client is concerned, in what possible way can they also prove it? Because, as far as prison norms are concerned or jail rules are concerned, I'm assuming that perhaps they would not be allowed to carry their mobiles when they go in. Have they been, or take a picture or video of the same? What is a possible way to substantiate their allegations?
No, you can present this before a magistrate, Smita, which is what the legal team of Indrani Mukerjea intends to do. And it's very interesting how Peter Mukerjea had earlier put some senior Mumbai counsels, nationally known lawyers, on standby to be part of the defense team of Indrani Mukerjea. And as more and more revelations started emerging, Peter Mukerjea has now withdrawn. So it's Indrani Mukerjea has been left to fend for herself. Peter Mukerjea doesn't want to involve him, saying that I am now not able to understand what's going on because we've had allegations of a contract killer being engaged. We've had allegations of multiple attempts to eliminate Mikhail, her other son. So this is something that's completely unnerved Peter Mukerjea. He now wants to distance himself from his wife. He in fact told somebody he'd spoken to that, it seemed I'd been living with a psychopath. So that again is another dimension that's playing out now. Indrani Mukerjea will have to formulate her own legal defense, figure out who her own counsels are. Earlier she was hoping her husband would be part of this process, but now her husband withdrawing.
But, Rahul, while sources suggest to India Today that Sanjeev Khanna, the former husband, in a way has accepted his complicity in this entire case, Indrani doesn't seem to be cooperating with the authorities. What do Indrani's counsels have to say to these reports?
So Indrani Mukerjea as of now is maintaining during the interrogation that she's not guilty, that she did not murder Sheena, that Sheena is still in the United States. However, the cops are now building evidence against her. They're hoping that the bone samples that have been taken from the JJ hospital in Mumbai will match the DNA samples of Sheena Bora, and they're also looking for Siddharth Deb, who's supposed to be Sheena's father, and try and see if his DNA samples match with those of the bone. That will establish who Sheena's father really was. But the problem is that Siddharth and Shantanu's mother has said that for the past 10 years they haven't been in touch with Siddharth at all. Now that's a bit strange, because for 10 years a son has been out there somewhere and the mother and the brother claim that they haven't met him at all. So where is Siddharth? Why does no one know where he is? The Mumbai police are saying that they know why Siddharth is, but in his family nobody seems to know why Siddharth is, and Siddharth is now the key person that everyone's looking out for to establish the parenthood of Sheena Bora and see if the DNA samples match.
Okay, for now we'll leave it at that. Rahul Kawal, many thanks for joining us from the newsroom. But clearly, there are just too many complications and too many strange issues as far as this mystery is concerned. It's very difficult to answer as to how could Sheena be somewhere for 2 years while her parents kept on telling family and friends that she was in the US for 2 years. Similarly, Siddharth, in fact, Bose, her father, alleged, he's been missing for the last 10 years according to the family, but nobody knows where he is at the moment. So the Sheena murder mystery plot continues to thicken, with Indrani's plans to kill her son Mikhail coming to fore. According to sources, police will add the attempt to murder charge as well against the key accused Sanjeev Khanna and Indrani Mukerjea. This after the recovery of the second suitcase allegedly meant for Mikhail from Indrani's flat yesterday. Police will charge the duo with attempting to murder Mikhail. Police had yesterday recovered a suitcase which was allegedly meant for disposing Mikhail Bora's body, and after the plan to kill him failed in 2012 when Sheena had been killed. According to reports, a new plot was hatched by Indrani to kill Mikhail. Police discovered on Sunday that Indrani Mukerjea had hired a Mumbai-based contract killer to eliminate her son, Mikhail Bora, in August of 2014 as well. Reports claim that Indrani or her associate had paid 2.5 lakhs to a contract killer. However, police sources have denied arrest of any hitmen so far. Also, let's now move across to Mumbai, where Atir Khan joins us from that Bandra court, where the three main accused are likely to be presented any moment now, and also Mustafa Sheikh outside the Khar police station. Atir, first of all, in how much time are we expecting all these three accused to now be presented in court? What are the arrangements like outside the court?
Well, you see, there is a heavy security arrangement outside the courtroom. There are media persons all around. It's a very, interesting case in terms of the complexity which is involved in it. That is why everybody wants to know, what actually happened and who did it and what was the motive. So today is the day when there is, one can expect some clarity on these accounts. The police will have to reply on several questions, including, of course, third-degree methods allegation, which has been leveled by Indrani Mukerjea. But clearly, you see, Smita, at this point of time, the police has brought in this theory very strategically, that another suitcase has been recovered, which was meant to be used for killing of Mikhail and dumping his body. So all the relatives of families are already in the courtroom. We saw Vidhi, Sanjeev Khanna's daughter. We saw Peter Mukherjee's son, Robin. And there are, friends of Sanjeev Khanna also inside the courtroom. So they're waiting anxiously. It appears it will take another hour or so before, the accused are brought in, since they have to be converged. They are in different police stations at the moment. Okay. So all of you will have to wait and watch whether they're brought together or they're brought in separate vehicles to the court.
Okay, Atir, stay with us. We will cut across to Mustafa as well in Khar. But remember, this is day 7 of the sensational Sheena murder case, and the police is no closer to the truth at the moment. The police custody of the three men accused, Indrani Mukerjea, Sanjeev Khanna and driver Shyam Rai, ends today, and the Mumbai police is expected to seek an extension of custody to continue with the interrogation. The accused were taken to the hospital for medical tests earlier and will be presented at the Bandra court in Mumbai any time now. As Atir says, it could take even an hour. Meanwhile, the key accused are likely to be taken back to Raigad later, as the Maharashtra's Khopoli police currently are at the crime spot. Mustafa, have you managed to get a word maybe from Rakesh Maria or anybody else in the Mumbai police, given these grave allegations that has been levelled against them by Indrani's counsels, particularly on the fact that there is no privacy allowed to their client when she meets with their counsels?
See, the senior officials of Mumbai police are not saying anything as of now on this issue. They are saying that we will clarify in court, and we will whatever answer we have to get, we'll give it to in front of the magistrate when Indrani Mukerjea is taken to in front of magistrate court. Also, it would be very interesting because in these 7 days, what has been the progress in the case will also be mentioned in the court. So at that point of time, the lawyers of Indrani Mukerjea may argue that there have been some cruelty while she was in custody, and this can be a crucial point in their argument, because on that basis, if Indrani replies to magistrate positively that there was some physical assault or some harassment or torture in the police custody, then it can go against the police, because custodial torture is not at all allowed or tolerated by any court. And also there's the vehicle in which the body was taken is also be recovered. So all these points will be mentioned and they'll seek further custody.
Okay, well, it'll be interesting to watch all these arguments play out in the Bandra court. Mustafa Sheikh and Atir Khan keep tracking all developments. We will cut back to you in a short while for more. Now, Mumbai police has intensified the investigation. A Mumbai police team has also reached Silchar in Assam and will head to Karimganj to question family of Indrani's former husband Siddharth Das. Yesterday, India Today traced Siddharth's brother Shantanu, who confirmed to India Today that Sheena and Mikhail are Siddharth's children. He also added that his family has not been in contact with Siddharth for past 10 years. And even as the mystery around the death of Sheena Bora grows with every passing day, India Today tracked Indrani's former husband Siddharth Das's family, and Siddharth's brother Shantanu made some explosive revelations. Here's a report.
The Sheena murder mystery has thrown up more questions than answers. One missing link has been Siddharth Das, Indrani's ex-husband, and the mystery around whether Sheena and Mikhail are his children or not.
Siddharth Das is your brother.
Yeah.
And your name is? Shantanu. Shantanu Das. Okay.
India Today exclusively tracked Siddharth's family and spoke to Siddharth's brother Shantanu, who had some explosive revelations. Shantanu corroborated a few theories doing the rounds in the public domain.
Are you confirming that both Sheena and Mikhail are Siddharth Das's children?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
And can you tell us a little more about your brother? Where is he now?
No, sir. I have no idea. Because since, as I told you, since past 8 to 10 years, he's not in touch with us.
A Mumbai police team has meanwhile reached Silchar to question the family of Siddharth Das. Will they be able to solve the mystery as to why Indrani's ex-husband is missing for over 10 years? But for the time being, the big confirmation, Sheena and Mikhail were indeed Siddharth and Indrani's children.
India Today has succeeded in solving a few riddles in the murder mystery. But the larger question remains, where is Siddharth Das? And why has he not surfaced despite knowing that his daughter Sheena has been murdered? With camera person Shyam Sundar Ghosh and Indrajit Kundu in Assam, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
Meanwhile, India Today correspondent Kaushik Dekha also spoke to Indrani's uncle Manik Bora, who has denied the theory that Indrani had a stepfather as well. This comes after noted journalist Veer Sanghvi said that Indrani was molested by his stepfather.
Bora is the son of Hiteswar Bora. He is the eldest son. And he got married to Durga Bora. She was Durga Hazarika from North Lakhimpur, and he is the eldest son. Upen Bora, Indrani has got no other father. He is the only father.
On the Sheena Bora murder case, Mumbai Police's top priority remains to recreate the crime scene in Raigad. The investigation team is awaiting further police custody of all 3 accused to move ahead in the probe.
Even as investigations into the Sheena Bora murder mystery continues, the Mumbai police seems to be struggling to seal the case. The 3 accused were taken to Raigad, but the recreation of the crime scene was not done.
गाड़ी में कई सारे सामान हैं, काफी सारे आप देख सकते हैं जो पुलिस के अधिकारी हैं, वो हैं, पीछे एक आरोपी भी है.
Meanwhile, in what could prove to be vital evidence, police came across several discarded syringes with needles in Raigad.
The trial are being brought at this site. At the same site, you can also see several syringes with intact needles. Looking at the syringe, you can make out that the syringe are lying here since long.
Police officers brought a box with them. It was wrapped in a white polythene bag and appeared to be some samples seized from Raigad. Meanwhile, the Mumbai police also recovered a suitcase which was reportedly meant to dispose of Mikhail's body. Mikhail had earlier revealed that Indrani wanted to kill him too. With the police seeking to extend custody of the 3 accused, recreation of the crime scene will be possible in the next few days. The question still remains: how long for the mystery over Sheena's murder to be unraveled? Bureau Report, India Today.